It is April 24th, 25. I went up and Carl and I had lunch with my brother. And we were talking about the other lady using my insurance. And my brother remembers back when Dave first started working at the factory and we got all those bogus bills. And there was rumors of him cheating and a heavyset white round lady showing up. And he's denying it and all this other stuff. And I said, well, I found out March 27th, 25. The guy that was dating Michelle showed up outside my work to let me know real loud that he got Michelle to confess that she was part of trying to have me killed when they bashed my head in or leave me incompetent. And she had confessed to him that doctor that they were saying was from mine before was the reason I don't know him. He works for them. He works for them. And that's why I don't know who he is. Yeah. He was never my doctor. They lied. And he had found out from Dave that where he was telling everybody he was forced to marry me. No one in the church forced him. And it was a girlfriend from before told him to marry me so he could get a job at my dad's factory. She'd have free insurance to use. The lady using my insurance for 15 years. Ran up all those bills, stuck me with all those bills. Was Dave's girlfriend from before. And he could give her extra money. I was scammed the whole time. Okay? And he said, is that why he just let the garnishments go through? I said that, or we had to figure out how to pay him real quick. She ran up $50,000 to $100,000 in copays over 15 years. She went Harry-Carry. Back then, you didn't have to show ID. You just go and fill out your basic information. If you didn't have your insurance card, you could call it in later. You never showed ID. Have surgery, procedures, stays, nothing. Never showed ID. And for 15 years, she used my insurance. Have my medical records officer Mark. Documented, verified. I was framed before, and it was a cartel in my home before, August of 23. And it's documented and verified it was a medication error that made me sick before. And another woman was even using my insurance. Well, the guy that was dating Michelle broke up with her that night. Okay, as soon as he got her to confess. Oh, he even got it out of the Vegas, that where they were telling everybody it offended them, that Strange called me a faker. They were lying. Never offended them. It had nothing to do with them. They just lied so people would help out. That guy needs a bonus. He got it out of Dave. There was his girlfriend from before our marriage. My marriage was a scam. Was his girlfriend using my insurance? They scammed me by marrying me to get a job at my dad's factory. And he was giving her extra money and then sticking me with her bills. That's why half my medical records are hers. Got it out of the Vegas. Got it out of Michelle. That idiot over in my old apartment was out there saying stuff again. You know, there is no attorney up there involved in this. I talked to a real criminal attorney. I would own that attorney. First and last names. The law is if an attorney takes you unaware in your home, they lose their license, they go to jail, and they have to compensate you first and last name. And then he was in it with the Florida drug cartel. Drugging me for fake confessions, having me beaten, raped, first and last name. There's no such thing as special permission from the chief of police. It's police and agencies only under a threat of life with statements in a court order. It's a law. Under a threat of life with statements. Have no right in my home. See, that's where the police, the prosecutor's office, criminal attorney. I talked to a real criminal attorney. Had no right in my home. Even the Portage County Sheriff's, what these people did is illegal. And it was none of our officers in your home, nor did we have knowledge of it. And what these people are saying they did is illegal. That guy out there running his mouth again. Yeah. See, they would never be able to look up my medical records. I didn't sign a release. It's a federal prison. And you wouldn't even know what doctors I went to. Or telling who Dave's girlfriend went to. Arguably even with Altman Hospital while I stay. And stayed in your hospital years. You see Dr. So-and-so. I've never heard him. Tell him about this lady using my insurance. Well, you said you had 2 little girls. I have 3 boys. Yeah. Well, your insurance is this. Yes, but that wasn't me. It's some lady using my insurance. Click. Happened a lot. And we got stuck with her bills. My whole marriage was a scam. Michelle's already confessed on March 27th, 25 to the guy she was dating. An agent. Got her to confess that she was part of trying to kill me and bash my head in. Or leave me incompetent. And the reason I don't know who that doctor is, he was never one of mine. He works for them. Then he had got it out of Dave about it being his girlfriend from before me that was using my insurance and scammed me into marrying him to get a job at my dad's factory so he could give her extra money and she'd have that free insurance. And out of the Vegas, that it never did offend him. They lied. So people would help out. So that idiot over in my apartment outside on the March 30th, 25, how he thinks he's so great that he scammed the FBI. And like the FBI showed up Saturday where Michelle on April 17th, 25 was outside Sheetz. She's so mad that guy broke up with her. She walks out to an SUV, white pants, sweater on. There's SUVs because the cops follow me. Because of the FBI case. Looks at the person in that SUV and was talking to him. Said I talked to the police up there and they told me, how stupid were you confessing to him that you were trying to have her killed and you were part of bashing her head in. And that guy was never her doctor. You all are going to end up in jail for this. And I really liked him. Oh, he scammed you. Oh. Then he broke up with her. I don't know who you are, but Earhug. And so Saturday. If the FBI didn't want you to know, they wouldn't have said a word. Show up. We found out we got that girl under police surveillance out in Sheetz parking lot. Those SUVs all stopped. Who do you think was in those vehicles and around her? FBI, police. Screaming out in a parking lot how she tried to have me killed and bashed my head in. And that doctor was never mine. And she had confessed to that guy. Under police surveillance, we got that girl confessing she tried to have her killed and that doctor was never hers. And trust me, we never fell for a dirty doctor. Taping you unaware, saying crimes. No doctor of mine ever asked me of crimes. My God. You would have yelled at him, walked out, and called him a sicko and a pervert, and reported him as sexual misconduct. They ask you a dirty, filthy question like that. They're not criminal attorneys, they're there for medical. Huh? What a bunch of morons did this. Like the FBI said, the people that did this are so dumb. They're so dumb that did this. She calls a hotline and they automatically walk into FBI office and confess. They were illegally monitoring her. And all the things they were doing to her. And trust me, we never fell for a dirty doctor keeping you unaware before confessing to crimes. And sat on it till Dave wanted a divorce. And then it sounded mechanical and you could tell they altered it. And nobody fell for the weird with yourself. We knew it was photoshopped. We knew everything was altered. How dumb were these people? So we told Agent John to go up to that church and act as dumb as these people so we could get everyone involved. And the investigators almost died when she asked for her money to help her kids. And she didn't know the two older ones were in it with her ex-husband, trying to have her killed and covered up since the beginning. They were even trying to frame the youngest one, and he didn't know anything either. Got to make sure Danny don't know anything. Or isn't part of anything for we'd even help him. I heard they were up here telling on that guy's secretary for saying she's an investigator. Well, some of the investigators that work the case feel bad for what she lived through. So they try to let her know what's going on. And then they had said, Officer John had told all the investigators she was willing to die to save her children. And she didn't know the two older ones were in it with Dave, trying to have her killed and cover it up. See, as a mother, it rips my heart out. I was willing to die when Dave threatened to kill them all. It rips my heart out. But you look at, well, John was part of the cult, and they brainwashed people like Jim Jones. Jim Jones. They kill each other at the command of another in the name of God. And the lure of endless money and the power of the cartel. And Dave's got this weird thing about him. He acts like a sad little boy. And he can cry at a drop of a hat and act sad and make people feel sorry for him, and it's all an act. And he manipulates people into doing horrible things. I've seen him do it before. He scams people with an act of being hurt, desperate, oh help. And it's all an act. All an act. You know that guy saying that where that church is sending out emails asking other religious groups to show up and help. Or show up to help harm her. Or show up to harm her. Or how do you put it? Other religious groups and other people to show up. They're asking for people to harm her. Or to show up and harass her and make sure she gets nothing. And his religious group was there from the beginning. So he knew that wasn't my doctor, right? It was the Florida drug cartel in my home before. The Florida drug cartel. Yeah, the ones that showed up at the family church said they were from Florida and worked for Judge Peter. Florida drug cartel, that's why he's being drug beaten raped. At Faith Family Church, they were the ones bringing selling the log into the case. I asked Tess, I said, remember seeing those guys that said they were from Florida and worked for Judge Peters? Yeah, I remember seeing this thing blew up way out of proportion. It took them a long time to get it under control. Michelle was with them, and how she can control the cartel. And they'd drug, beat, and rape anybody for her. She just had to ask those guys. She's dangerous. So when that guy went into the agent's office, did he know it was the Florida drug cartel, drug, beat, and raping me? He may probably is one of my rapists, too. He's a child molester. He helped sell kiddie porn. On my grandkids going potty, they bragged they were taping in the bathroom, including Michelle. And Michelle's group bragged they sold kiddie porn, so he's part of a child molester. He's part of a human trafficker of having somebody drug, beat, and raped in their own home. Exploiting people's racketeering. Like a retired CIA agent said, you knew of the tapes before. You're an accessory to all those crimes, including child pornography, if you didn't report it to the police. So when he went into that agent's office, did he know that guy wasn't my doctor? Yes. Did he knew that filthy, dirty statement that they admitted years ago they drugged me and told me to say it before? Years ago, repeatedly. Did they know it was altered? Yeah. Did they know they photoshopped everything? Yeah. So he thought he was so big and badass that he was going in there and defrauding the FBI. He's so proud of defrauding the FBI, he won't shut his mouth. They thought they left. They fooled them. They were there the whole time. The whole time. Got everything under surveillance. And like the FBI said, we all realized how not funny this was. When those men said they worked for a drug lord, and Dave hired them. I work for the King from Texas, we are his men. Dave hired us, he's a drug lord. Like the retired CIA agent said, they're all after that Texas group. They have killed both CIA and FBI agents. All law enforcement's after that Texas group. Do you know they dismember people? I said, I heard that. Do you know they walk up and shoot you in the car just to shoot you? I said, I heard that one too. I said they would walk by bullying me about my clothes, my hair, how I stood, how I spoke. She's like, you better be careful, the special outfit comes out. I said, I heard of that. She said, it means you're sold. Now, with him outside saying something about an attorney, there is no attorney. It was a drug cartel. The police would arrest an attorney, and it would make it not admissible. Why? Because of the Fourth Amendment, you dumbasses. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order. Oh, and is a doctor allowed to tape you unaware? No. It's a crime. It's illegal. So if it's illegal, is it admissible? No. Is it legal for a doctor to ask you a dirty, filthy criminal question? No. That's misconduct. Sexual misconduct. Would they go to jail for that, lose their license? Yes. Are they allowed to tell anybody what you say or what they treat you for? No, that's illegal. HIPAA. They can never even disclose they've seen you without assigned consent. No other doctor can look you up without assigned consent, or they go to jail. HIPAA. If they know somebody's being hurt, they have to report it to the police without telling them how they know. Because they don't even know if someone's lying. But if they think someone's getting hurt, by federal law, they are to report to the police. There may be an incident at this, place, please look into it. But they can't say how. Or they go to jail. 1 to 5. HIPAA. Privacy Act between a doctor and the patient. Patient-doctor confidentiality. Like attorney-client. They can never disclose. You guys act like you don't live in the United States of America. Like the FBI said, the people that did this to her are so dumb. You wouldn't believe how dumb they are. And nobody fell for a dirty doctor taping you unaware of singing crimes. Sat on it till Dave wanted a divorce and he was in it with Dave. Because then you don't know what that doctor did. Because he's in it with your ex-husband. And people saying, hey ho, we're trying to kill her because someone called her faker 15 years ago. Morons. Like they said, you wouldn't believe how actual dumb these people are. And then they said it sounded mechanical. Well, they had a voice alternator. They even copied Will's voice for all Karen's Will. Karen's only to hear Will's voice when she's out. Turn on the voice alternator. They even copied Carl's. It was supposed to have a Karen app. Jerks. Where your voice sounds slightly different. Like they said they knew it was altered. Everything was altered. They were in stock. They call them stalking tapes. So, are stalking tapes admissible? No. What happened to President Nixon when he sat up bugged in office? He got impeached and almost went to jail. So, is a doctor allowed to tape you unaware? No. It's illegal. He'd go to jail. Are they allowed to ask you dirty, filthy criminal questions? No, that's sexual misconduct. See, their scam is so stupid because they're so dumb. No, he's not my doctor. They already confessed. That idiot over my old apartment tried to tell people he had my old medical records. Where would he get them? He's lying. It's probably the fake paperwork to make it look official, January 19. Assholes. Then what's mine and what state's girlfriend? Because over half my medical records are hers.
You okay?